What's on my mind today? I always like to share what's on my mind today. On my mind is being on our journey of life, being a perfectionist, thinking that we should only do things and when they're perfect. There's so much to say about this, and I see it so often from clients. Here's the best way I found to think about it, which seems to allow for the most progress, is that we're always in this dance between what we want most and where we are right now, what we need to do to get to that next stage. And there's always a balance between those two things to define what your vision is for the future. And it could be your vision for your entirety of life. It could be an exercise of looking back from when you're sitting on the rocking chair at 95 years old, which is a fantastic, fun exercise to do. It could just be the vision of what the next 5 years looks like, or what the next significant period of time looks like. And that's different for everyone. That's why it's a specific task and skill for everyone to think about this individually, right? So there's principles here to apply, but it's always different for everyone. That's why doing the work itself is so important. There's only so much to be said without doing the work. And so my hope is here to inspire you to do some of that work and think about that, right? And it starts from the place of, I can't do anything until I have it all figured out in my head. And just think about that for a second. If you couldn't do anything before it's all figured out in your head, how would you ever get anything done at all? Because my bet is anything that's worth doing requires some trial and error, requires some progress, requires some action in order to get more information to move forward. So let's throw that out and let's focus on something that you've, I'm sure, heard over and over again: progress over perfection. I really want to hammer that in, that it's not progress until we can get to perfection. It's progress over perfection, always. Because if we have to get to perfection, we never will. It's a low standard. It's situational. It's specific. It's individual for everyone in every moment. So let's just throw perfection out. Let's just have always progress, always progress. And that allows us to stay in the journey of our life. That allows us to take one step at a time. And whatever your goals are, wherever you are in your life, let's say you're starting a new business, you're thinking about making a career change. It's being able to let yourself step through that without worrying about being an expert, without being perfect to whatever you're doing. It's just, I'll take the next good step, and setting yourself in that place. Understanding that it doesn't need to be everything. You don't need to be everything to everyone every moment. It just needs to be sharing your story. And that's what allows you to progress. It's the experience. You can't get experience without taking action. So this point is so important. So think about where you do want to go. Yeah, put that together and have an idea what that is so you can start heading that direction. And then just take some action towards that. Take some steps, do the exercise and get it down on paper. If it's not on paper, it doesn't exist. And then get really precise about what those next steps are. Oftentimes, I've found this a lot with clients recently, what pops up is that we tend to allow ourselves to just have a range of what we want to get to. All right, I want to lose 10 or 15 pounds. I want to get down to a weight between 170 and 180. I want to make about $1 million this year. I want to make at least $1 million this year. I'd like to make between 30 and 40 grand this month. And because we do that, we give ourselves a range because we want to protect ourselves from failure. But in actual fact, we're setting ourselves up to fail because we haven't got that specific range. It's much better to say, I want to make 30 grand this month than it is between 30 and 40. Because if you come in and make 33 and you set yourself a range between 30 and 40, that's going to feel like failure, even though you've beaten your lower range. So come in and be specific. Be specific, because if you get 30, it's going to feel great. If you get a 33, it's going to feel amazing. So be more precise. Think about that dance between being all focused on your vision, all focused on the ultimate goal, and all about the moment. That balance is what it's all about. I'd love to share more with you. I'd love to get your feedback. Come and talk to me. Let's have a conversation for it. Give me some comments. We'll add some more specificity in there and get really clear about what you want for you. Take care. Keep being awesome.